Dawson's Rambles.
Hey YouTube, Dawson Ryder here with a quick little tidbit of PR news. Today we got confirmation from an E1 thing that Power Rangers Dino Fury is going to be 2 seasons. That was a little bit up in the air because before even the Hasbro deal, back when Saban was still in charge, we knew that they just renewed their contract for 3 more years, like literally right before Hasbro bought it. So Hasbro inherited 3-year contract with Nick, which obviously encompasses the first 2 seasons of Beast Morphers and then a 3rd year. So there were some people assuming that Dino Fury may just be a 1-season wonder, especially, you know, if they end up going a different direction after this, then it would make sense. But we know, according to this, it's going to be 44 episodes. Now, we don't know necessarily what that means in terms of where it's going to go. It's definitely possible, which I think could be more than likely, that they'll just renew their contract for at least another year, if not more. Because even if they change direction after this, they could still want to stay at Nick on some level. But I could see them renewing their contract for a year or more. Even, like I said, just a year to finish it out. Maybe it'll move to Netflix. Who knows? PR is on Netflix right now. Pokemon just did that. You know, that's brought up all the time. It's kind of funny because PR fandom is always talking about how things need to change, but then when you suggest it, they're like, no, that can't happen. And I've talked about Netflix for years, and people always hate that idea. But I think it should be, I mean, if it was me personally, it should just go on a streaming service. Just dump all the episodes at once. It doesn't matter. We're already seeing them international anyway. But that could happen. If I remember right, there actually recently was a deal. Unless I'm thinking of Cartoon Network, maybe there was a deal with both, but there was a deal with Nick that they have like a streaming partnership with Netflix to do originals. So maybe that would happen. Maybe Dino Fury would be like season 2 on Netflix or something like that, or maybe the whole thing will be. Maybe it'll go somewhere else, who knows? That's not necessarily unheard of. There's been shows that have started on other networks and finished on another, but that just doesn't seem likely. Because it just seems weird right now, because that usually happens like as a midway, last minute thing. Who knows? I mean, there's a small chance they could try to air all 44 episodes, but I doubt it. Especially since 2 of those are specials, and if they decide to do holidays for either of them. Although Season 2 Beast Morphers proved we're not doing holiday specials. But who knows? As of this recording, we don't know exactly what it means. To be honest, I think that they're just going to renew their contract with Nick, even if it's for another year. Again, I don't mind. Ideally, I would put it on streaming, but I've never had a huge problem with Nick. I know a lot of people like to blame Nick for everything PR related because they don't like the schedule, but I've said a million times, it doesn't bother me. I prefer the consistent schedule to the randomness. You know, I don't think Nick's responsible for PR's maturity level. I mean, I haven't kept up like really wholly with Nick's programming in a little while, but just from my general knowledge, you know, most of their shows, even the stupidest ones, don't talk down to kids like PR does. Like, PR is most comfortable in the Nick Jr. block, if we're being honest, maturity-wise. So I don't have a huge problem if they stay with Nick, even though I would like streaming. I don't think there's very many better options, but we'll see. But at least we know we're getting 2 seasons and more episodes of Dino Fury before we find out what's going to be going on next in PR. But that's about it for this one, guys. Until next time, like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell. Notifications for my videos. Dawson Ryder, signing out.